Hi everyone, it's Joanna Kirke, the founder of Kirke Leadership, and I'm excited to give you a sneak peek into a simulation that we love to use in our learning and development programs, particularly at the leader level. The objectives of using the simulation is to give participants the opportunity to practice leading a large-scale change initiative using a change model and various change strategies that are internationally recognized. And the outcome of the simulation is that teams get to practice the emotional intelligence of working in teams to affect change. They get to practice using a change model, spending more time upfront planning for the change than racing ahead to implement it only to fail. And they walk away with a toolkit that is replete of incredible strategies, communication documents, and other tools in English and in French that they can download onto their own computers and start using today. So to give you a little bit of a view into the simulation, there is a case study, which is found here on the simulation, and it's short. So it gives people a snapshot into the case of global tech who is moving from one market to another. They get to read this and understand it a bit, and then they need to look at who are the stakeholders internal to the organization. This is going to get them to learn how to empathize and use that EQ skill in order to actively listen to what's going on internally and also externally in the environment. They get the opportunity as a team to go into breakout rooms and go into this tab here around stakeholders. And here are the various stakeholders who they get to click on and listen to. This one in particular tickles my fancy. You might recognize him from one of our beloved TV shows out there. So you get to listen to anything he has to say along these lines and then click goodbye. You can see that Ganesh is not bought in at all at this point. He's a technology manager, and we have some work to do in order to create buy-in for this change that's about to happen. In fact, this is a human-centered approach to change. So the participants, while using the tools and strategies, have a keen eye on the acceptance factor, aka the buy-in of the stakeholders in the organization. Because what I've learned in enacting large-scale change initiatives in the companies I have worked for is that if you don't have buy-in, you have very little effectiveness of your change, even if the quality of your solution is excellent. So here up top, you see the buy-in meter, and the goal is to get to 60% buy-in within 78 weeks and within $500,000. And so first is listening, doing the interviews. Second is planning your strategy. So what are you going to do and when? Are you going to start right away communicating, or are you going to start with an effective plan, understanding the why, as well as having the right people at the table and a clear vision and strategy before you mobilize your troops and start implementing your plan? So if you do this well, according to the change model that is largely based on John Cotter's work, then you will succeed. You will get 60% or more buy-in and bragging rights. And of course, everyone in the group will have lots of learning that comes throughout and a certificate that we grant them at the end. What's most important to us at Kirke Leadership is that people are able to take this away and actually apply it to their context. So we like to ensure that all the debriefing questions are geared towards getting people to talk about where they're at relative to a change that's happening in their environment, whether they are in fact leading the charge or part of it. Where are they at along that change model, and how might they influence the organization to do the right things at the right time?